Hello everybody, I'm going to be ranking every single base game track in Mario Kart 8 or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I don't have Deluxe, but I want it because there's the booster course now. But anyways, I'm just going to rank them if they're good or not, in my opinion. And I don't care if you like Dry Desert. So, the top tier is perfect. These tracks are amazing. I'm going to pick them every time, and this makes their cups way better. Great pick. It's a great pick. Good? It's pretty good. I'll pick it. Sometimes. Okay. Okay is really just for stuff that is, not ambitious enough. And it's just kind of meh to race on. Just kind of a middle ground, okay. Cool but not fun. Tracks that are cool in concept, but they freaking suck. Didn't need to be here / brung back. Flat, boring tracks that don't need to exist. And then we have the Dry Desert tier. It's bad. It's horrible. So, I'm just going to do this in order of the tracks. These are not in order, of course, but whatever. So, freaking Mario Kart Stadium. Mario Kart Stadium. It is, it's kind of just, I think it's just good, because it's very modern, and it's not, held in the past, like certain tracks, but it's just not very fun. Well, it is fun, but it's just, feels a bit more item-oriented, and, on 150, you don't want this track, because, honestly, I think it's okay. I think it's just a middle-of-the-road, basic track that's fun. It has some cool shortcuts. That's it. I like the glider. Next, where is Water Park? Now, if no one will stand up for this track, I will. Water Park rules. This track is, in my opinion, the best in the first cup. Who cares if it's basic when it's literally not? It is very beautiful. Has a Wario wheel. You go on a submarine track. I would say this is pretty good. I don't think it's great pick because that's just for other thing. And I'm also going to order these later, but I think it's probably near the top of good because it's pretty good. Next is Sweet Canyon. It's good. Not much else. I don't think it's as good as Water Park, but it's certainly better than Mario Kart Stadium. It's unique. It's fun. It's pretty. Don't like that soda or syrup that we got now. And I don't like the stages with split paths that don't change anything. This is probably one of the better ones. Because, Twisted Mansion, it just doesn't change anything. But yeah, not much to talk about here because these are just pretty basic tracks. Swamp Ruins! Where are you? Oh, right there. Right. Swamp Ruins. It's better than Sweet Canyon, but not better than Water Park. All these tracks in the first cup are pretty good. This is the most ambitious by far, having a lot of off-road shortcuts. That wall ride, which I don't get because it's literally slower, but you get a lot of coins and it's fun. The glider thing opens up. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's just good. Next, Mario Circuit. The upside down one. Where are you? Mario Circuit. Mario Circuit, a lot of people talk about how amazing it is, and I don't see it. I think it is just, it's not as cool as these other tracks. Certainly not bad, but it's really just figure 8 circuit, but prettier, and you go upside down. So, I think it's the top of okay for now. I don't think it's good tier. It can be in both. I'll just say top of okay for now. And I might move it up later. It's Toad Harbor. Toad Harbor is great. Some might say it's amazing. Where is it? Toad Harbor Literally, where is it? Alright, give me a second. I need to find it. Toad Harbor. I love San Francisco. I love Toad. It's pretty. Has that boat shortcut. I just love the multiple paths. I think it's honestly top of great pick. Maybe an S. It's very good. It's just very fun. It's basically a better car map. That ending hill is amazing. I like how at the end you can finish a lap by going through the tunnel with the trolleys. Wall riding's fun. It's hard on 200cc. Just a great track. Yeah. Next is... What's next? Next is freaking Twisted Mansion. I think it's on the verge of being okay, but it's just, I just think it's worse to me compared to all the other great Flower Cup tracks. It's very cool. It's like Luigi's Mansion, the track. Not the battle course, but it just doesn't have a lot of that magic. A lot of it's just split paths that don't matter. Library cut's cool, but you're in the mansion for like 5 minutes, and then you're just going to the bone water. And yeah, it's just very boring. You think it'd be cool, but then you realize it's just tedious and annoying. And I don't think it's an unpopular opinion that this is not a very great track. But if there was no bad tracks, then there wouldn't be good ones, right? Shy Guy Falls. I don't think it's as good as Toad Harbor. But it is pretty great. I love how you can just see the waterfall, and it looks like Splash Mountain with miners. And yeah, I also like Shy Guy. So obviously all the jumps are very cool. You can jump over multiple waterfalls and then go on them. Yeah. And it's great that you can see the track and what you drive on, but you think it's so far away, but it's really not. It's really just all next to each other. And for that, I think it's just a great pick. It's a very pretty track and it's very fun. Alright, the Star Cup. Woo. Where is Sunshine Airport? There you are. Alright. I don't know about you. Get up there. Sunshine Airport is straight up, I wouldn't say perfect, but it's pretty darn great. It's just very immersive, and I love airports. One of my favorite places to go every time I travel. And I wish there was more where you could go inside the airport, but it's fine. Going into airplanes and around them is so cool. And also with all the boxes, all the shortcuts, it's very not linear at all. It has many jumps. My only issue with it is at the end with the thing with it's just to turn you around. I wish you could have just rode on airplanes, which would have been way cooler, but that's just what I want, not what's needed. Dolphin Shoals. A lot of people hate this track, and I don't know why. It's for sure better than Water Park. Actually, I don't think Water Park's the peak of that. I lied. I'm sorry. I think Thorn Ruins is better. But Dolphin Shoals is like Water Park, but better. I love the pipe area. Other than that, it's kind of linear, and also I don't like how the dolphin jumps are short or slower. And it has dumb lackey respawns, but the different paths on the pipes is very unique and unlinear. You have the Unagi Eel, which you will get nightmares from frickin' Jolly Roger Bay, I think. Or is it? I don't care. Well, yeah. And then you go... Everyone talks about how great the music is, and I agree. But you get to hear it for 2 seconds, and then you just go into the poopy water version. But that turn is amazing. And I love the little like, the Twister, what is it called? Whirlpool, yeah. Good. Top of good so far. Next, in the Star Cup, it's not Mount Wario, it's the other one. Oh, Electrodrome. I know a ton of people think this is like an A or S tier track. I don't see it. I really don't. I think it's honestly, I don't think it's worse than Dolphin Shoals, but I like it least. I like it less. I don't know why, because it's not linear. It's pretty unique. But I don't know. It just, I feel like it's visually repetitive, surprisingly to me. I don't like just the visuals. I don't think the song is that great either. Catchy, but Dolphin Shoals and Mount Wario and Sunshine Surfer are all better. I think it's pretty cool, but I don't think it's that different or unique from other tracks that we have in the game. And if you're mad at me, I don't care. Mount Wario. Alright. The most unique and diverse track in all of Mario Kart, period. Not even a competition. It is basically like 3DS Rainbow Road, but now it's even prettier. And each section isn't the same. Nothing is the same. You start out on the peak of Mount Everest, or Mount Wario, because he stole it. And then you go down into the ice cave, and you ride with the water with like all these like fish. Then you go into a dam on the side of it, which is like the best use of anti-gravity in the game mostly. You then you go into the Black Diamond, and then you race down on a hill that looks like something in frickin' Mario and Sonic in the Olympic Games. You end up just near a whole crowd, showing that the people are now there with you, and you're about to finish this amazing journey that you just went on. Perfect track. Nothing can defeat it. That is amazing. Oh yeah, so Special Cup. This is one of the weakest Special Cups in the series, just because it's not outstanding. It's kind of just okay. And it's carried down by one track in particular. I'm not going to say it, but... Alright. We have Cloud Top Cruise. Nothing coheres with this track. It's basically the random stuff you'd find in the sky. But it's fun. It feels like way longer than actually is. It's you're on the beanstalk, you go on the ship, Stormcloud, end. And I really like it about that. And I like the bouncy things. I like going on an airship, period. Stormcloud has a lot of risk reward, like, do I go for this boost panel? But I might get shocked and die. So, great track. This might be a third great pick. I don't think it's as good as the others, but I think it's good. Bone Dry Dunes. It's cool, but it's not fun. This is probably one of, if not the hardest track in the game, which isn't a bad thing. Like, I love stuff like GameCube Rainbow Road, even though it's very hard and it infuriates me. But this one's just not fun. I'd rather there be like Dry Ruins. And it's not as bad as Dry Desert because it actually adds stuff that wasn't in the original. Wait, there isn't. This is a new trip. This is Nitro. Alright, well, anyways. Basically, it's just not fun. It's hard, but it's not like rewarding hard. Like, you can, in 200cc, you cannot, like, feel great about, like, you dodging, like, a bunch of shells and still staying on and stuff. It's just, I don't like the sand. There's a difference between, like, tiny off-road and then major off-road, and a lot of it's major off-road. The aesthetic is not really there. A lot of the splitting paths just aren't fun. I don't like the piranha plants. It's not a very fun track. We have Bowser's Castle. I used to think this is better than the GameCube one, and I don't really think that anymore. But It's for sure better than Sweet Sweet Canyon. And Electrodrome. And Thwomp Ruins. And Dolphin Shoals. So, dang, a lot of good tracks. This shows how many good tracks there are. Actually, I might move Sweet Sweet Canyon to the top of OK for now. Because, yeah. So, yeah. A lot of stuff. And you start out with the thing, and then I love tracks that progressively add more things each lap. So, the laser beams, obviously the wrecking ball is kind of fun, and you can just skip it in 200cc, which is fun. Those turns are great. I like the use of the big Bowser better than any other Bowser Castle, better than Wii, GameCube. Yeah. Pretty fun, just... I don't know. It just doesn't click with me as much. I don't know why. It's just... maybe it's just because I don't think... There's just so many Bowser Castles that it's hard to be, like, its own thing, you know? Rainbow Road, a new one, because there's, like, 4 of them now in the game. Not N64, the new one, the Hyperpunk. Rainbow Road. I'm kidding. It's actually pretty good. I think it's just okay. I think it's better than these. But I just don't really like it. The Cyberpunk, or not Cyberpunk, this, like, space station aesthetic, it's okay, but a lot of the track, there isn't anything special or unique during it. Like there is in, like, Wii, GameCube. 3DS, like, compared to 3DS, it's a freaking joke. There's nothing special about it. It's just a road that you go on. Space station part's not fun. This track is impossible to not fall off on. And it's just meh. So yeah. It's okay. That's it. Not DK Jungle. Now we're going to on the retros, and then we'll do the DLC. First retro track of the game. Moo Moo Meadows. These are also judged how much they expanded on the original. This is basically the same as the OG, except they added a glider ramp. But it's at sunset now, and it's way prettier. This is one of the better retro tracks in the Shell Cup, because the Shell Cup's like the worst cup in the game. I don't think this is better than that, or that, or that, or that, or that. But I think it's pretty good. It's just too basic, but sometimes basic is fun. I like dodging the cows and hitting them with shells. Next is Mario Circuit GBA. I like it better than the new one, because it has the little grabby hands, and I like it better than this. Actually, I think I'm going to move Moo Moo Meadows down to an okay. Below you. But Mario Circuit is just really fun. They add a lot of cool stuff. It's pretty now. And it's not like Mario Circuit 3 where it's just a flat track and boring. They added elevation, they added glider ramps, they added shortcuts. And it's very unlinear, surprisingly. Which is great. Yeah, that's it. So Mario Circuit, man. Cheep Cheep Beach. First retro that is great, in my opinion. Best thing in the OG, in the Shell Cup, probably. I don't think it's better than Cloud Top Cruise or Shy Guy Falls or Toad Harbor or anything else above it. But it's pretty good. I like the jungle section despite that camera being horrid. The water stuff's cool. The tiny line, even though it's slower, it's fun. And I like the crabs. And the dock part. Because it reminds me of Pacifilock. Next. Alright, Toad's Turnpike. I used to like this track because it's kind of the only card map in the game for Base 8, but I don't feel bad doing this. It's better than that. It's just an 8 with cars. To be fair, one thing it has over all the other car maps is the glider things. I don't know why it doesn't have that on like Shroom Bridge and Berlin Baguettes. Toad's Turnpike, it's very boring. There's just like 2 main turns, and then you're just driving straight or riding on a wall that's slower. The cars make it a bit interesting, but they move so slow in this game. I hope if Moonview Highway is added to the Booster Course Pass, if it is, it's probably not, but I hope the cars are like faster, because that'd just be way more fun. But there's too many car courses, but it has nothing unique at all. It's just an 8 with cars. Next, Banana Cup. We start off with Dry Desert. Worst track in the game, in my opinion. Nothing has changed that made it better in this version. They could have added Dry Ruins. They could have added anything else. But we got Dry Desert. The worst track probably in Double Dash and the worst track here. It is boring, unoriginal. Nothing has changed, except the road is wider, so it's less fun. It's so awful. They got rid of the tornadoes. They don't have the piranha thing that eats you. The bumps were honestly more fun because Double Dash is weird. And, yeah, the cuts are fun with mushrooms, but it's just not a very good track. Yeah, I don't know why they brought this back. It's not their fault for it being bad, it's just why they bring it back. Next is, it's the Donut Plains 3. Alright, Donut Plains 3, it's an okay. I'll put it here for now and we'll rearrange these later. I think it's pretty good for the thing that they had worked. Like, playing the Super Mario Kart now is just, it's way better. It's so much better. It's more enjoyable. They changed it so much, they added some life to this place. And the water stuff's cool. But it's just so held back by being a SNES Jack. Yeah, next. Royal Raceway. It's pretty royal. Probably, it's good. Put it here. It's just good. It's 64 tracks, which is they're all pretty good despite being basic. The glider ramp is really fun. Turns are great. Shortcuts are great. It's just, my only problem with it is nothing royal is about this. There's nothing royal at all. There's castles and crowns. That's it. Nothing is royal. Make it more royal, Nintendo. Alright, next. Yeah. DK Jungle. Great track. Very, very unique and diverse. You go through many places. It's very fun, honestly. Despite being, I don't know, it's and I prefer other DK tracks to come like DK Mountain. But this game, oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. This track is pretty great. You go through many different places. There's a lot of shortcuts to take, like the glider one. I really like it because it's a shroomless one. And the big banana and the gliding section is really fun. I like taking the shortcut despite me failing it every time. Great track. Next is Wario Stadium. Another great track. I think it's better than Cheep Cheep Beach. And these. Wario Stadium is just really fun. Nothing is coherent, but it's very chaotic, very hard. Well, not really hard on 150, but really hard on 200cc. The walls, what am I talking about? I'm pretty dumb. So, jumps are fun. The mud is very cool. It's just a stadium track, but it's done way better than stuff like Waluigi Stadium. I like, and I like the water part in Anti-Grav. Sherbert Land. That's okay. Actually, I'll put it here. They just brought back the worst Double Dash tracks in Base 8 without the DLC for that game. Ugh, why'd they bring the two, worst tracks back? And it's kind of not fun anymore because it's not really hard. It's really wide, which they did to the other one that we don't speak of. The freezes don't freeze you, which I do hate that, but it's just not as fun. The Shy Guys are way easier to dodge. The water parts are not fun. It's just meh. Music Park. I used to hate this track. I don't know why. I just thought it was horrible. And it's pretty good now. I'd say it's here. Very, very creative. Very creative. I don't like the turn with the black keys, whatever that is. It's like a harpsichord or something. It's that turn is so hard. But I like the jumping music notes and how they're really mean. I like the turns, and I like how the music plays along with it. So, this track's pretty good. I'm a sucker for Music Park. Yoshi Valley, I think? Yeah. Yoshi Valley is great. Starting to get into the double rows. So I think it's better than these. Yoshi Valley has always been great, and now it's even better because now it's grassy and it looks cool. I like all the multiple places you can go, despite some of them literally being slower. Very cool. I wish there was more, there is the huge trim was cut, but it's nothing. It's way easier now, but it's fun. And it's just great. It always has been. They didn't change much, but it's certainly just good. Now we're on to probably one of the better and best cups. Tick-tock clock. Tick-tock clock is here. It's very fun. I like all the clock stuff because I'm a sucker for Mario 64. It's just very cool. I like all the gears and grinding. It's very unique. Darman, shut up. So I don't really have problems with it, which is something good. There's nothing really bad about it. It's all very fun. A lot of good turns. It's pretty easy despite being in the Lightning Cup. But I don't have much to say. It's just a great start to the Lightning Cup. Piranha Plant Slide. It has a great song. It's very cool. I think it's the bottom of a great pick. This track is so fun. It is great. You can't not like this track. I will say it's worse than DK Jungle. So basically, I like it because it's very different and hard. It's kind of like Koopa Cape where you go into water parts, and it uses the water function very well because it makes sense. It's like a plant. And you do slide around, and I like how it's basically like a old, SNES, not SNES, or just original Super Mario level, like with the castle and stuff. And I really like the glider thing where you're gliding to something above you instead of going down. Grumble Volcano. This track is so hated, especially in Wii, but I don't get it. I think it's better than but I don't. It's just actually this track rules. It's very. They basically turned hell into a track, and I will say it's pretty fun. I love the grumbling. I love how it grumbles now, and you can have more shortcuts, which not as many as Wii, but you still have a ton. A lot of the turns are fun. I especially like the cave because it's not ugly now. It looks like an actual volcano. I love the glider implementation. Yeah. N64 Rainbow Road. That's good. It's not my favorite Rainbow Road in Base 8, and it's not my favorite road. I mean, period. Music's pretty good. It's kind of meh. I like the glider part, but it's just too short was my problem. Like, I don't mind short tracks, but this one's like really short. I think it should have been 2 laps like Wario Coliseum. And the train, you can't get enough coins, which is also my main problem with Sherbert Land. There's just no coins on the track, so it's so hard to get a ton of speed, and you're just slow the whole time. But overall, this track's fun. I like the turns, I like the chain chomps, but it's just boring. I like a lot of Rainbow Roads. Neo Bowser City. A lot of people hate this track, and I don't think it's deserved. I think it's the top of okay. It's very, very hard. I don't think it's actually that hard. Just brake drift once on one turn, and you're fine. I like the little clown car shortcut. It's very fun. The part where just all the parts where you're not on this road is very unique and fun. Like that ending turn, which is pretty cool. It's very steep. Yeah. Wait, Neo Bowser City's not even next. What am I doing? Well, I guess I already ranked it, so the start of all the DLC cups is the Yoshi Cup. So, Yoshi Circuit. This might be weird, but I think it's S tier. I think this is an S tier track. It has the most shortcuts in the game. It is the most, optimized track in the game. You can optimize it so much. The waterfall shortcuts here, the other one's not, but it's fine, because it would have been way easier on this. Turns are great. The Piranha Plant part is so fun to do. It's very short, but it's the best circuit ever in a Mario Kart game. Just period. This is the best circuit. And I don't think it's better than Sunshine Airport, but it's great. Great track. Excitebike Arena. Bottom of okay. A lot of people hate this track because it's just boring baby park, but it's random every time, which I don't really care for. But it's fun to trick, and you trick in this map. Turns are great. Very easy track. It's a very easy track. It's easier than Baby Park. But, yeah. It's just very boring. But I don't think it's horrible like these. Which I don't think are horrible at all, but they're not very fun. Dragon Driftway. Very hard with a bat. I just don't like the camera on this map. The camera is awful. Despite that, it's pretty good. Dragon Driftway, you are drifting on a dragon. That is pretty fun. There's Lakitus, you go upside down a lot, and going upside down is fun. The dragon implementation is very fun. It's very swervy, but I don't know. There's not any parts I really remember besides the 3 steps and it drops down. You go boo boo boo, and you miss your last trick. Then the last of this cup is Mute City. Mute City, a lot of people really like. It's fine. I think it's. I think it's good. It's fine, I guess. Why did I just move that? Was it? Whatever. I think it's there. Mute City, it's just very fun. You go really fast, and that's what you do. Nothing makes sense unless if you're on 200cc. The final drop where you hold back and you go and you float and you don't fall at all. And you can dodge it all the off-road, which is very fun. And yeah, it's just dumb, fast fun. You are boosting the whole time, which makes this track not as good as its brother, but it's very fun. And yeah, cool. Next cup is the Crossing Cup. We start with Baby Park. I think every game needs a Baby Park now, because there's no track like it, and because of that, it's a great pick. Baby Park. Where do I even start with Baby Park? It's Baby Park. Seven laps. I would say it's not as fun as the GameCube version because there is no snaking and there is no Bowser shells because the Bowser shell meta was broken. But there is now off-road cuts now, and it's very chaotic, and it's also now all in anti-grav, so there's even more chaos. So yeah, pretty fun. Next is Cheeseland. This track is daunting. I think it's a huge improvement on the last one, but it's just so... I think I should put this in cool but not fun. I think I should. No, I think it's better than the others. So basically, it's just so annoyingly... It's like hard for the wrong reason. All the turns are super annoying because you can never get a mini turbo. There isn't good glider shortcuts like that last glider thing. I wish if you fell, you just fell down to the lower portion of the track because you're about to go on it anyways. I don't know. It's just so hard for no reason. And it's not hard because it's like, oh, I'm falling off a ton of times. But it's not rewarding at all. And the end is fun. And the cheese holes are cool, but it's just another desert map that looks like cheese. And there isn't the mice from Super Circuit. Wild Woods. Very short. But it's fun. Wild Woods is basically DK Jungle, but it's more wild, and there's Shy Guys. You go down... I love the water part so much. The starting part is kind of just meh. And... the leaf part's fun, but overall, there's like 3 main parts which I just described, and yeah, it's a pretty unique new track, and it's pretty fun. It took a lot of good stuff from like Koopa Cape, DK Jungle, like Jungle Parkway, and Maple Treeway, and they just put it in a map. Animal Crossing. Is this a hot take? I don't know if it is. I don't like this track. It is miles better than these, but it's still in this tier. And actually, I'm going to move a couple down. I don't think this is cool. Neither is this. But, yeah, it's just... I don't know. I don't really care for the seasons because some are just prettier than others and nothing changes enough. I feel like there should be like the winter one, at least the lake that you go on in the end should be frozen. And there's nothing unique about this, and it's not. It can't rain. It's boring. I don't like it. Boom! I said it. Yeah. Onto the Link is Goofy, aha. Also, this goes here. I don't like picking random. The Hyrule Circuit Cup. Well, just the Hyrule Cup. Mars Gold Mine. Fun. It's better than you, it's better than you, it's better than you. It's better than you. This track is not S tier, but it's pretty good. It is, first off, you need a track to be fun. It's absolutely fun. And it's not very hard, as it wasn't Wii. But I like just the wooden rails, because I like Thunder Mountain. And this is just Mario Thunder Mountain, which is going to be in Super Nintendo World, or I will kill them. So, you basically just go in a mine. And, yeah, you also ride a train track. That's it. But now the karts are fun, and there's cool shortcuts. Boom. SNES Rainbow Road. This is actually the best Rainbow Road. Besides 3DS, but that's not on this list. So, this, in my opinion, is one of my favorite maps. I think it's here. Rainbow Road, SNES, all the turns are fun. It's so fun on 200cc, which is my way I like to play. That's my way to play Nintendo Switch. The turns are great. The panels are great, or like the trick things, because you gotta think like, do you want to do this, or do you want to just ride on it and then brake drift late? The thwomps serve a decent challenge. The wiggly road is very wiggly. This track should have been like 4 laps though, which is why it's not in like top of this tier. It should have been 4 laps because it's too short. All the Rainbow Roads in this game are short. They're not long. Ice Ice Outpost. Song is great. The song is amazing. Despite that, I think it's good. I think it's just good. Yeah, that's basically it. Wait, we're missing a track for... Oh, Neo Bowser City. Yeah. Hyrule Circuit. Hyrule Circuit is... okay. It's better than Neo Bowser City. But it's not that good. It's very fun, but it's just not very Zelda. I love the when the sword pops up, you can get the ramp. And I love the shortcuts, especially the one near the end, and I love doing those turns. But it's kind of just... I wish there was more uniqueness, like you go into a dungeon. But no, it's just grassy fields and then you go in the castle. The castle part's cool, but it's like 2 seconds, so whatever. Pretty good. Now we're on to this cup. We already did Neo Bowser City, because I'm done. And now we have... Super Bell Subway. People say this is the most forgettable track in the game, and I don't know. It's kind of forgettable now, but I don't know. It's not too super forgettable. I think it's good. Yeah, I like the trains because they're hard, and doing those turns is fun. I like seeing, like, you can go to Yoshi's Valley this way, and, like, all of the cool touches, just the detail that isn't in Booster Course Wave 1. So, yeah, and I like riding the trains. And I also like trains. Ribbon Road. Wait, that was the 3rd. I'm so dumb. I'm losing my mind. I know a lot of people move like 3 S tiers. This track is S tier. This track is better than Sunshine Airport. The fact that they took a boring GBA track and turned it into this, clown cars rolling, multiple sections, and a kid's bedroom, and my favorite movie of all time is Toy Story 2. So this is a godsend to me. It's the best retro track and spans so much on the original. The shortcuts are great, it's very hard, and it's just so fun. Big Blue. It's S tier. What do you want from me? This is pretty just universal. The skips are amazing. You can really just skip the whole of lap 2. Skip all of it. Turns are great. The anti-gravity is, or the water gravity is best used here than any other map in the whole game. You fly around. It really feels like you were flying. You literally go, like, upside down over water, and water is the ceiling. How great is that? This is literally so good. I don't think it's as good as Ribbon Road, though, because... Actually, I do. I think they're tied. I'm just gonna put this above it, though, because it's just so good. Everything coheres with this, even though it doesn't. It's so fast. It feels like it's ripped straight out of F-Zero. It's a 3-lapper, so it's automatically good. And to top it all that, it doesn't have Captain Falcon. Yeah, that's why it's not the best in the game. And that's all the tracks. I'm gonna rearrange them now, so I'm gonna look at all the tiers. S tier's correct. I might add some more though. Baby Park is the bottom. This, that. Actually, I like Piranha Plant Slide more. DK Jungle's there. Right, we Gold Mine. Clocked Up Cruise. Next week. Yeah. Boom, boom. Yeah. I'm moving Toad Harbor up to S tier. I'm actually going to put it there. Striker Falls is not S tier, though. I think it's just top of great pick. The good tiers. Bowser's Castle is the top of that. Bottom of this, Mario Circuit, I think that's justifiable. Water Park, I like Outside's Outpost better than that. Electrodrome. Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. Good picks. Yes. Yeah. 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 Animal Crossing, Sherbert Moon, Tracy Man. Yeah. Boom. This is the tier list. I don't care what you say. This is what I think. You got Mount Wario, Big Blue, Ribbon Road, Sunshine Airport, Toad Harbor, and Yoshi Circuit. And the worst track in the game is Dry Ground Desert. There. See you later.